Alright, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to pack some Tangiers in a medium funnel bowl. Now this funnel bowl I have right here actually has a big crack, so the side part keeps falling off, but it should work just fine once I get the foil on it. It smokes just like new. So here I have some horchata. I like these little containers. A couple bucks for 3 of them. Slide this out of the way there. First thing I do here, and zoomed in a little close. Yeah, there we go. I just get my finger in there and I mix it up real well. With Tangiers, the juice really settles on the bottom because it's a thicker tobacco. It's like a thickness of a brownie for anyone that hasn't had it. I don't know. That's what I would say. And if you don't mix it, you're going to have the top be very dry. So make sure and mix it in really well. And as noted online, you do not sprinkle this in the bowl like you would with another flavor, like a Starbuzz or a Fantasia. So as you can see it here, the consistency that it's in this bowl is the same consistency that you want to pack it with. So I'm just going to take a little pinch here and toss it in there. Bring this back into view here. Go. A little pinch. Kind of just slopping it on right now. Trying to keep the same consistency that it is in its container. So right there, if that was a regular tobacco, it'd be a really sloppy packing job. Or a sprinkling job, you could say. But what I do with this now is I just tamp it down very lightly. Helps to get some of that off your finger. Tin foil underneath the bowl always is nice because you can reuse whatever falls on it. So I just lightly tamp it down. So it's probably close to what you'd recognize from a normal pack beneath the brim. But because it's Tangiers, I actually go back in and I put some more. You'll notice this is kind of messy. That's why I put the foil down. I know people use a fork. Maybe that works for some people. I'm not going to go looking for a fork just to pack a bowl. A little bit more here. That should be just about right. Let me rinse my fingers off real quick. Alrighty, so now I have an overflowing bowl. Alright, I'm going to real quickly lightly tamp that down just a little bit so it's all stuck together nice and well. Now what I always do is, there's some of this that's actually hanging over the center hole. I tap everything backwards away from the hole. Alright, and then along the edges here I tap everything back in. Kind of creates like a little donut like raised portion. Alright, there we go. Get all this loose junk off there. Now we have no tobacco over the center hole. We have none on the sides, as you can see, but it still does stick up quite a bit. And I notice this is a packing method some people use, some don't. I find this helps because it keeps the foil, when you press down, off the center hole. Alright, set that to the side, wash my hand off again. Seal up the tobacco nice and tight. Now here we go. I have 4 sheets. Maybe that's too much, but I'll tell you what, whatever brand this stuff is the thinnest tin foil I've ever seen. So I take 2 at a time. Stretch it over the top. Pull the sides down nice and tight. like my other two sheets. Nice and tight. Helps to pull down the bowl and just tighten the foil up. I find if you use small sheets that only cover to here, you're not going to get as good of a seal. If you can pull the foil down, you get a nice tight seal on it. Almost there. Grab myself a toothpick. Now it's a hole pattern. I really just do it random. It's not going to really matter in my opinion. But with Tangiers, I've heard that you poke all the way through. So I'm pressing all the way down until I get to the bottom of the bowl. You can see on the toothpick there, pushing quite a ways down. Now I made a bowl of orange soda just like this, and it lasted for 3 rounds of coconut coals. So as far as I'm concerned, it works for me. Alright, so I have my large holes. Now I'll just kind of go through and just do your small regular holes that you do for a regular tobacco. And I just kind of fill in, no particular order. I'm not making squares, triangles, smiley faces. I'm just poking holes. Just want lots of airflow. And I've heard mixed ideas on whether or not to poke the center hole. I poke one. I just toss it through. Poked a little lot wider than I would wanted, but you know what? It's gonna smoke just fine. I'll update you in a second with how this horchata is smoking. Alright, I'm back here. I got 3 coconuts up on the medium funnel bowl. I'm gonna toss this on top of my Exotica KM. Now normally I'll actually use a little bit fewer pole. I've lately been cutting the coconuts actually in half, and then using like 4 or 5 of the halves. Kind of disperses the heat a little better, but I didn't have time to cut them, so here's some of the horchata from Tangiers that we just packed. First 2 rips, not too bad. Definitely tasty, and man, anyone that's had horchata, man, that fragrance it gives off is awesome. I'll notice here, this is the first review I've ever done to help people out on PB Nation, so of course I have my paintball stuff here. My T2, lock and load, sorry. Anyhow, back to the horchata. Definitely not harsh. Cloud side is nice. Can't complain, I guess. So once again, that's how I choose to pack my Tangiers bowls. Everybody has their own way. I never burn anything. For whatever reason, Tangiers can stand the heat of being directly against the foil, whereas Star Buzz, Hookah Freak, Fantasia, everything else is going to burn pretty much that I've dealt with. So this is my personal way. Hope it helps you guys. Alright, so I'm back again real quick. I just did a little check on the videos, and the clouds look kind of small. I wanted to show you that once this gets warmed up, you get some decent clouds. So as you can see, clouds, not an issue. Please don't post the clouds are too small. You can make bigger clouds. I applaud you. I smoke for the flavor. So you guys take care. Ellie Wadak, out.